G'day guys, Josh from Yard Homestead. Well, this is going to be a pretty rough video. It's really windy, so I'll try and do my best. But for the shed wars, we've got to grow something in a pot. So I've picked something very hardy because normally I wouldn't grow anything in a pot because where I am and this time of year it's just a complete waste of time. But it's one of the rules of Shed Wars, so let's give it a go. So I've picked a chili. It's a firecracker chili. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to harvest the chilies off, just to help it grow. Okay, that's all the chilies off. So I just bought some cheap potting mix for this. Like nothing special at all because it's not going to be in the pot for long. It's only for the Shed Wars. Otherwise it's a waste of a good plant. But rules are rules. So well, I don't have much in the garden, which I'll do a tour around the garden as well just after I finish this, so you get an idea of what's happening. Just really, yeah, normally, crikey, we would have tomatoes even, but I'll show you everything in a minute. All right, there's my chili, so that's potted up. I put the tag in so I can remember what variety it is. Now, it is important as soon as you pot stuff up to give it a good water. So let's do that. Now I do have a couple of pots here, but it's very limited. And you can see the dragon fruit is a cactus. And this spot's quite shady, so this is probably the best luck that I've got. Alright. You want to make sure you give it a good soak in. I'm even struggling to keep this mulberry tree alive. That's how hard it is to grow stuff in pots at this time of year. Okay, so let's go and have a bit of a tour and see what's going on. Yeah, it's pretty, it's the end of the, well and truly well over the end of the season. So let's go and have a look. Okay, so over there's where the sunchokes are. They're hanging in there. And I'll be ripping out all this. This is, you can see the weed there, fleabane. But the silver beet's done, finished. That was finished a long time ago. The spring onions aren't even doing that good. So I'm going to pull them out. The carrots, these are the purple dragon. They're still going okay. I've left them to go to seed, so I can collect the seed from them. There's some sugar beets down here which I'm trying to keep them going so I can get seed next year off them. I've got like lilac trees coming up everywhere which I've got to poison and get them out. That's the only way to get rid of them, is the poison, unfortunately. All this was the mini blue corn. That's all got to come out and get mulched up and get all the beds get prepared. And now we'll go the other side. So here's where my Balinese corn was. This has all been harvested now. You can see how windy it is. Okay, so this is where the beans were. They didn't do any good at all because it was just way too hot. And the eggplants, they're not doing well either, even though they usually do well in the heat. But I've had mice, whatever fruit that has come on there, mice have chewed them off. And one tip, don't let your tomatoes go wild. Like, I haven't been able to get out in the garden because it's just been way too hot. It's been well over 40 degrees here. So I'm not going out in that stinking heat. But yeah, the mice have been even getting into my tomatoes. So it's, yeah, definitely tip, make sure you stake your tomatoes up and keep them pruned back, because yeah, it's a lot easier to manage. But yes, you can see down here, there's a little bit of mouse damage there where the mice have just chewed off the tomatoes. And yeah, the mice have been really bad. The carrots, they're the Western red carrots. They're all flowering now. Most of them are flowering now, and I'll let them go to seed. And just down alongside of them, there's some beetroot, the globe beetroots, and I'm going to leave them for seed as well. Now these big tall plants blowing around in the wind, they're African marigolds. They're great for chop and drop a plant, for fumigating the soil and mulching the soil to stop nematodes and other insects. I didn't even realize how tall they got. Like, they're taller than me, but they're an awesome plant. And yeah, so all this I'm going to just pull out now, and I'm going to wait till next season. Now up the back here, the rosella is doing really well, and it's all got full of fruit and still flowering. So you can see some fruit there. So this will make great jam, and I'll be able to use it and dehydrate it to make tea as well, and use in my kombuchas. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So here's a flower. It's not quite open, and you can see it's a nice pretty pink color. I have had ones that are yellow as well. They're like that. They are a hibiscus like flower, because the rosella plant is a member of the hibiscus family. So these guys are doing really well and love the heat. So that's a great plus. But yeah, all this here, I'm just going to pull out and just wait till next season now. It's just gotten too wild. And down here, I'm about to show you all the mice tracks in the soil. You see all the little indents down there. And they've been running along the fence in behind everything. Yeah, there's a closer look. See all the little footprints. And you go out there with nighttime with a torch, and they're just everywhere. Like, they're horrible. I'm over them. Now this area here, this is where the Anasazi corn was and the barley. So I'm going to put retic in there. Now I'm building a fence as well. And so that's to protect from the easterly wind that comes from this direction. And I'm going to put along the front here my aquaponic systems. And I'm going to hopefully have it shaded over the top as well, with the passion fruit vine growing up there. Okay, so the garden's looking pretty sad. But with this sort of temperatures and that, yeah, we can't grow in this at this time of year. So our season starts again, hopefully next month, depending on the temperatures. And then it'll be all go again. So I can't wait to get back in when it cools down and start growing some stuff again. But first I've got to get rid of these mice. Oh, and it'd be nice to get rid of these flies too. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Get going, get growing, and God bless you guys.